What's good, y'all? L Famous, living my life, not thinking about it twice. Don't be scared to like, subscribe, or share. It's dope content. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Now, this joint right here is about Jim Jones and all the beefs he had. You heard? Them in the years. You heard? That since he been a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know Jim Jones is the second member of the Dipset. You heard? Jim Jones always been the second member of the Dipset. And ever since he been riding with the Dipset, coming out of Harlem, being from the Bronx, but coming out of Harlem, running with them Harlem dudes in their rap game, he been going through ups and downs with it. You heard? He been going up, then he be going down. Then he be going up, then he be going down. Like, he might not be going down with certain things, but they be keeping his name in the news, and he be staying in incidents and situations like a street nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, right now, I'm gonna break down a lot of the beefs, and it's gonna be explained. I'm gonna explain them in the L Famous way. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Blah! Now, the first beef explained from Jim Jones will be the fight at Rucker Park with the Junior Mafia. Now look, everybody know he got into a big fight at the Rucker Park with members of the Junior Mafia. You heard? C. Gutter, my man Big Bush. You heard? I got a chance to know my guy Big Bush. If he's still out there, you heard? You know what I'm saying? I know you was having some health problems. Hope you got through them. But my man Big Bush was the dude swinging that chair. You heard? In Rucker, you heard? And Big Bush told me the story out his own mouth of what happened. You know what I'm saying? He said the niggas got it on, niggas started doing them niggas in, and everything else is on video. Y'all see it on video. Cam walked off to the side, you know what I'm saying? Because it looked like he was like, man, I ain't got no beef with these niggas. I ain't part of this shit. You heard? Boom. He moved off to the side, and Jim Jones was getting beat up on, and then Jim Jones skating about the park. They had that nigga Jim Jones on camera jumping over the park, jumping out the park. That nigga jumped over the gate like that nigga was in the Olympics. You heard? That nigga jumped over the gate like he was in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? So that was the first thing that happened to him. But even though that wasn't on video and that wasn't the first problems on video, that was the first problems that he had in the street. You understand what I'm saying? At the Rucker game. You know what I'm saying? With Cam and them. I don't know what year that was. It looked like I probably was in jail at that time in the late 90s or the early thousands. You know what I'm saying? And they got at that kid. You know what I'm saying? He went out. He was by himself. You know, I ain't see Freaky Zeke. I ain't see Joel Santana. I ain't see nobody from Harlem down there helping him when them Brooklyn niggas was chasing that nigga out the joint. And my man Big Bush was the nigga with the big chair, swinging that shit mad, running like he was running down the whatchamacallit, running in that shit with a chair, trying to catch Jim Jones. Yo, and he lucky that Bush, that's why that nigga Jim Jones jumped over that fence like that, you heard? And I don't blame him, B. I do not blame him, but damn, B, that shit happened up in Harlem Park, you know what I'm saying? Like, where the territory at, you heard? I don't think that shit could have ever happened in Brooklyn. At a basketball game in Brooklyn, think about it. If that was some Harlem niggas, would they been able to do the same thing that the Brooklyn niggas did to Jim Jones in Harlem? Just think about it, y'all. Let's think about that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the first incident. The second incident is the 145th Street shooting. Yeah, the 145th Street shooting, y'all. You heard? I heard it was some young dude, you know what I'm saying? He was up there on 145th Street in Broadway. I used to go up there back in the days, you heard, to go to KB Khan up there. They had a store up there named KB Khan. You know what I'm saying? It sold all the latest, the fly, the hip hop, the drug dealer shit. You heard? You know what I'm saying? They had everything. You know what I'm saying? Woolridges, Arexes, Pelés, everything you could name. Sheepskins. Whenever they had 8-ball jackets, they had everything, you know what I'm saying? And so I'm very familiar with 145th Street and Broadway. So this young kid was up there selling the bootleg CDs, you heard? He was bootlegging them Diplomat CDs and all that. And somehow Jim and them niggas found out about it. Him and his mans and them, they ran down on Shorty. And Shorty blew one of them dudes, you heard? And Another young dude that was under the dude that he blew came back and wound up airing a nigga, you know what I'm saying? So they aired him. Killed Shorty. Shorty only 13, you heard? Shorty a young nigga, you know what I'm saying? Over CDs, but Shorty was about that life. When them niggas ran up on him, he ain't care if they was older niggas, big niggas, rap niggas, security niggas. He ain't care. Shorty was 13 from Harlem, trying to get his dollars. He ain't care what he was selling. You heard? You know what I'm saying? That's word to my mother. They ran up on that kid. That little young nigga blew one of them niggas, man. You heard? He blew one of them niggas, B. You heard? And he didn't even know they had another young nigga on deck. Young nigga put him away. Put him away. You heard? So after that happened on 45th and Broadway. So then you had the dude Gangsta Lou. Everybody know Gangsta Lou from 132 with AZ, Alpo, Whip Wop, all of them. I know Gangsta Lou because my man Black introduced me to Gangsta Lou. I used to hang out with Gangsta Lou when he used to be on 45th Street and what's that, St. Nick? You heard? Yeah. He used to be on 45th Street in St. Nick. In the building and all that. You heard? Before he caught his case up there. But I got introduced to Gangsta Lou on 132 because I told you my man Black introduced me to AZ, Gangsta Lou, because Gangsta Lou was his man. AZ really wasn't his man. Gangsta Lou was his man. Lou was his man, my man Black. And if Lou see this, Lou know I'm official. Because I was hanging around Lou many a times. On 132 in the restaurant and on 145th Street on St. Nick. And that's when AZ, little brother that fucked with the dogs, lived a block away from 145th. I think he lived on 146 or 147th. The one that fucked with the dogs. I heard he passed away, I don't think. You heard? AZ, little brother. He was official. You know what I'm saying? I used to deal with him with the dogs. Back in the day, I had a fighting dog. So, one day I'm negotiating the fight up there, you heard, with him. Because he seen my dog, and anybody used to see my dog, they used to be like, yo, that dog look official. It fight? I'm like, yeah, it fight. So I went up there, Gangsta Lou had me go meet up with AZ little brother, you know what I'm saying, my dogs. So after that, Gangsta Lou was on that nigga Jim Jones' heels after that. You heard? I heard he was on his heels, running around Harlem, trying to get up with him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, nigga, you responsible for a young nigga losing his life, nigga. You heard? I don't care if you ain't do it, nigga. You heard? You responsible. You heard? So this goes back to what Cam was saying, tricking niggas out their freedom. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Jim Jones is doing it. I'm just going into the situations, you heard, at hand, you heard? So now look, Gangsta Lou running around chasing this dude, Jim Jones around Harlem. You know, I heard Jim Jones was still running around, but, you know, he probably was hanging in the Bronx by then. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. The next joint I think is True Life and JoJo Capone. He got into something with JoJo Capone. He needed some help. You know what I'm saying? He was getting some security help or some type of protection help from JoJo Capone. So JoJo Capone put, I think, True Life in them on him. You heard, and he ain't paid them dudes or something happened with True Life in them. And next thing you know, all of a sudden, True Life in them running down on him. I don't know exactly what happened with True Life in them because I wasn't worried about that situation like that. You know what I'm saying? When I got on today's situation was when I heard True Life on video on different DVDs talking his shit. You understand what I'm saying? And I felt it quite funny that the way he was talking, like he was talking straight gully, man. That nigga True Life was coming at Jim Jones, calling him Jenny Jones. He was calling out all them niggas on Dipset. He was even trying to bring Cam in it. And the nigga JoJo Capone kept saying, nah, it ain't all of them, it's just him. You know what I'm saying? But he kept going like, yo, nah, riding on all them niggas. He try to ride on them niggas, you know what I'm saying? But verbally, you know what I'm saying? And everybody know True Life, he's down from the lower deck. So he know them Spanish bros down there, they get busy. You know what I'm saying? They get busy. Spanish niggas all over get busy. But them dudes down on the lower deck, they a little gangster with it. You heard? They a little gangster with it. So basically, there's nothing but gangsters down there. So basically, True Life running with a whole bunch of Spanish gangster niggas. And I remember the video, the Smack DVD, the Come Up, whatever it was. I remember True Life being like in a schoolyard or they in the projects, they somewhere, and they it's some young, it's not so young, it's some short Spanish dude going ham. And you could tell, like, yeah, this is the nigga that's gonna do anything for everything. You heard? Like, you know what I'm saying? That one thing about them Spanish dudes, they play their position, you heard? And when it's on, them niggas is on it, you heard? So I was just looking at that shit like, damn, B, True Life and them niggas coming at this nigga. And like I said, nobody was coming at that nigga Jim Jones like how True Life was coming at that nigga. Nobody, ever, even up to this day, nobody really came at that nigga Jim Jones like how True Life came at him. You know what I'm saying? And I was looking at that like, damn, B, you heard niggas be talking all this gangster shit, you know what I'm saying? And niggas ain't really gangster like it, you heard? You know what I'm saying? So I felt that it was quite strange that the dude, you know what I'm saying, True Life was coming at that dude raw like that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was ever coming at Jim Jones like that, you know what I'm saying? Last time I heard a rapper spit raw, like not caring about what they saying and they just saying things, was Nas when after that Summer Jam joint when he ran the 105 and was talking all that junk about them dudes, you heard? That's the last time. But this dude, True Life, was coming at Jim Jones crazy, B. Coming at him crazy. You heard? Coming at him crazy. Now, I don't know about the incidents that happened with them. I just know that he was coming at him crazy. And I don't know what that was all about. You know what I'm saying? Probably that's when he went and got, after that incident, I think that's when Mel Matrix and all the Bloods and niggas really started messing with him. He went and connected with them Brooklyn Bloods, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Or some of the homies from Harlem that came home that was fucking with him, or from wherever, they connected up with their Brooklyn homies and they said, we gotta hold this dude Jim down. Or maybe the homies seen that True Life and them niggas was coming at him, nigga, and they said, yo, we gonna get behind this nigga. Because before that, I know when he was running around with my guys, with my guy Black Dawn, you heard? That's my guy. You know what I'm saying? I know his whole family. Not his whole family, but I know the family, the brothers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sergio, his brother. And shout out to Willie, God bless the dead. My boss back in the days, you know what I'm saying? Willie was the stand-up, straight-up G. You know what I'm saying? And he was about that money. And he had nothing but love in his heart. You know what I'm saying? Straight up G, man. Willie, rest in peace. 183rd, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? T-Bow. But, when my man Black Dawn and them was running with them, I ain't never hear nothing going on with Jim, but I don't know. So then all of a sudden he running around with the Bloods, you know what I'm saying? He went and got some good heavy-headed Bloods behind him. Mel Matrix and them dudes, you heard? So now look, and Mel Matrix connected to all them official dudes in Brooklyn, not them niggas that you hear about and all that. Niggas that you don't hear about, niggas that's in the cut, niggas that's in the hood, niggas that's coming home from them bids, niggas that's trying to get to that bag, niggas that's booking niggas, you heard? Niggas that's laying it down. Yeah, them niggas in the hood. So Mel Matrix, I guess he was connected to all the real rights, so they got behind Jim, the whole Jim down. And after that, that's when you seen Jim temperature change, like he really was flexing, you heard? You know what I'm saying? But right after that, what happened with him? He was down in Atlanta somewhere, got caught up with a gun. So it's like the feds, as soon as he poked his little chest out, got down with the blood niggas, started doing him, what happened? They on him too. They grabbed him down there in Atlanta somewhere with a gun in the car. First they said they had him for a gun. Next thing you know, somebody else copped out for it. So now, so boom, that's what happened with that case. So now, boom. All that, he running around. So now he dealing with the Max B dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Max B. Max B supposed to be his artist. You know what I'm saying? Max B come off of 40th Street, 40th Street. And it's crazy because why Cam ain't put Max B on? You heard? Why Max B ain't go to Cam? He went to Jim. And somehow they was doing some business. And basically, Max B wasn't feeling how Jim is putting his shit out or ain't giving him nothing really, you heard? So the nigga Max B started going ham. So next thing you know, I'm seeing DVDs with Max B going ham on Jim. Yo, you a bitch, you this, talking about his girl, all kind of shit. Calling him a rat, all kind of shit, going ham. Max B wasn't letting nothing back. You know what I'm saying? Going in on this nigga Jim. DVD style, this the DVD era. I'm like this, damn, B. But I'm not really feeling no way because I liked it Jim, but I never liked him as much as I liked it Cam. You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't really feeling no way. Now, if this was Cam and they was saying all this shit, I probably would have been feel sick a little because I'm like, damn, why niggas shitting on Cam? But this was Jim. And I really didn't have no affiliation with Jim, even though me and Jim is cancers, you heard? Nigga, I think our birthdays is a couple of days apart, you know what I'm saying? His is on the 15th, mine on the 19th, you heard? Because he got the same birthday as my man, you know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm like, so I'm looking at him go through what he go through. I'm really not putting no judgment on it. I'm really not feeling no type of way. I don't really care, you heard? I'm just looking at it, you heard? I'm not judging it or nothing really at the time. So boom, I'm not saying that Jim is a sucker. I'm not saying that Jim is a gangster. I'm not saying nothing. I'm just watching it for entertainment because I know what a gangster is supposed to do. I know what a gangster really do. I know how gangsters really move, what they really about. I know that all this shit is really not gangster, so it is not really making me nothing. It's entertainment to me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm listening to it, but I know that they smearing the nigga. They smearing the nigga. So now, boom, I'm nigga Max going in on this nigga Jim. Going in. All the way till he go in. Really, jail. 75 years or some shit they gave him, you heard? Sit your ass down. You ain't got no time to be worrying about Jim, nigga. Go worry about them law books and them fucking co-defendants that you did that crime with. So boom. So now this nigga got 75. This nigga get put out of the way. Nigga, it ain't stopped there. The nigga Max put French on him. Nigga French coming at that nigga hard. I'm talking about hard. They pulling up the spots with Jim and them is at, all that, you heard? They getting in the fights on cameras. Now look, this fight I was there for. These niggas was fighting all the way out the motherfucking club. One day, I went to Mars 2112, you heard? It was a special party in there, Mars 2112. It was on 57th Street, 52nd Street, down there somewhere. I forgot the avenue, right? 6th Avenue maybe or something like that, right? I go down, now, I told you I hung out big. I hung out in the known spots, the real parties. If it was official joint jumping off, I was there, especially downtown and midtown. So boom, it was a special joint in Mars 2112 this night. So I go down there. I'm in there rocking out. Shit was all right. Shit was jumping. You heard? Then all of a sudden, when the niggas, I'm leaving, I just see two crews of niggas. These niggas is deep. It's like 10 on 10. You heard? Matter of fact, so these niggas is getting it in the club, in the front of the club. Now, Mars 2112 had a big space in front of the spot down there. Then it had some steps you had to walk up to get out the club part. Yo, that's word of my mother. These niggas is fighting like a riot style in the street. Niggas is getting knocked on the floor, knocked down. Guess who it is, y'all? Guess who it is? It's Dipset versus Coke Boys. You heard? Remember Cocaine City, all them dudes that French used to have on his DVD that was down with Cocaine City? All them niggas from the Bronx, mainly, was fighting all them Harlem niggas from Dipset. You heard? And these niggas was getting it in. I was on the side like Mace was on the side eating popcorn. You heard? I was on the side like Mace was on the side eating popcorn. And only reason why I knew it was Dipset versus Coke Boys because I'm looking at niggas' faces and I was familiar with the Coke. I was familiar with all the Coke Boy niggas and the Dipset niggas was fighting hard. Them niggas was fighting to the death, nigga. You heard? The Coke Boy niggas started getting outnumbered. You know what I'm saying? Because more and more niggas started joining in. But them niggas was going at it in front of Mars 2112. You heard? For 15 minutes, 10 good minutes. Everybody fighting. You heard? Everybody getting it on. You heard? Shit was crazy. And then I was like, oh shit, this is Coke Boys and Dipset. This Coke Boys and Dipset. Getting it on. I'm on the side eating with my popcorn. You heard, y'all? Eating my popcorn, B. Eating my popcorn. So boom. I knew it was on with them dudes. You heard? I knew it was on with them dudes. You know what I'm saying? So boom. That's like number 4. That's like the 4th incident, that was out there like that. You heard? Then I seen on video, they got it. They got into something in another club too, where they was throwing shit at each other. Dipset and the Coke Boys, you heard? In some club that was all like this in a square, and them niggas was on one side and these niggas was on the other side, and them niggas was throwing mad chairs and shit. I seen that on video. But the other joint at Mars 2112, I was there for that one. I seen niggas get knocked out and all that. I seen niggas get sit on their pants, on their back pants pockets and all that, B. Niggas wasn't playing, B. You heard? So that was the Max B. The Max B, French Montana versus Jim Jones era at that time, you heard? And Dipset stood up because they was fighting them Coke Boys back like a motherfucker, and to the point where they basically took over the fight, you heard? You know what I'm saying? Because them niggas was coming out of nowhere, them Harlem niggas, you know what I'm saying? And they probably had some Bronx niggas down with them too, because like I told you, my guy Blacker Dawn, he used to be rolling with them as security. You heard? At one time. But my man Blacker Dawn back in the hood doing him. You heard? On his grown man. I got him on the gram and everything. That's my guy. And his brother that passed away. Rest in peace to my guy. You heard? Yeah, B. Seen him right before he passed away in my building. Word. Blacker Dawn, little brother. Younger brother. I used to sell shirts with him. You heard? But yeah, B. And so that's how that went. So now the fifth shit that happened with Jim Jones, part of my language, was the thing that happened with the fight with Mandisi. You heard? Yeah, the fight with Mandisi. Because I heard that we all know, I was watching Love and Hip Hop at that time. And Love and Hip Hop, Chrissy, Jim Jones girl, and Mandisi girl, Yandy, which was managing Jim Jones at one time, or Joel Santana at one time. They used to, they got into an argument on Love and Hip Hop. And it got ugly where they tried to fight each other, right? So somehow, Jim backing his girl, try to run down on Yandy, and she called her Mandisi. So Mandisi pulled up and told Jim, yo, we gonna handle this in New York. We ain't gonna handle none of this out here. Let's go. Let's take this back to the borough, nigga. You heard? You know what I'm saying? So they took it back to the borough, and it was gonna get squashed. But Jim Jones seemed like he don't know how to talk to people. You heard? It seemed like he started talking and he started feeling himself. Because that's what the way Mandisi explained the story. Like, he's the type of dude that'll start talking, but then he'll start feeling himself, and the shit'll wind up getting him in trouble. And that's what happened. Like, you could do that around punks, but you can't do that about gangsters. So you're gonna always get into something if you start out regular, but then you start trying to, they call that shit, posturing and all. Man, niggas gonna get rid of you, man. So I don't know if they really got rid of him. Man, DC said they chased the nigga up under a car and all that. He was scared and all that for his life and all that. Probably was because he was in Man DC projects. You heard? So you never know how it looked, know how it turned out. But that's the story, right? With Man DC. And then that guy, and I don't know about the other shit that happened with them, but that was that. You know what I'm saying? And then like this, after that, he went through his shit with Cameron, crying on Funk Master Flex, looking like he missed his friend and everything. I can understand that, but all that crying on the tube, but that's his emotion. You know, we cancers, we emotional. Sometimes I cry for certain things and I can't help it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. But yeah, he was crying on the tube about Cameron and his relationship. He ain't really really blow up nothing that went wrong. He just was really missing his friend, I guess. You heard? Or his business partner. And Cam do him, man. Cam do him. He a Harlem nigga, man. Anybody know a Harlem nigga, man, they gonna do them, man. That's what Harlem niggas do. They do them. So now, the last thing was the 9-tray wiretaps. You heard? Everybody had his name caught up in this 9-tray wiretaps, which his name was caught up on it because he's caught on wiretap talking about you got to do shit like this to 6ix9ine and this and that and this. You heard? And everybody was going ham like, yo, how they took down all them non-Trey niggas for the 6ix9ine shit and they don't take down Jim Jones. Well, only they know that. And only he know that. Nobody else know that. You know what I'm saying? And them niggas in the feds, they know what, niggas that did fed time, they know what's going on. They know what it is, but nobody care to say anything. And it is what it is. I ain't with running up here on this internet talking about what niggas did on snitching and all that. That's something that they gotta handle and something that they gotta live with. You heard? That's what something that they gotta handle and something that they gotta live with. You heard? Nigga, I don't got nothing to do with none of that weak shit. You heard? So I don't even care about it. You heard? So if you're looking for brownie points, you're looking for some strong points, cause you running around saying a nigga a rat, or you blew a nigga up cause he a rat. If a nigga ain't doing no snakes, rat and shit, like I'm talking about setting niggas up, taking niggas really away from their family and all that, like on some grimy sucker shit, I don't want to hear about them. But if with them other niggas, them niggas that's running around doing shit involved in life, and then when they get caught, they want to rat and tell everything, I don't want to hear shit about none of them niggas, and there ain't nothing to talk about. And I don't care about it, you heard? Just because I don't talk about it, want to talk about it, don't care about it, or if I do talk about it, I don't care about it. That's what you got to understand about that shit, nigga. You got to know who you is. You got to know that you bigger than anything that niggas got out there, you heard? Because a lot of that shit is make-believe, y'all. A lot of that shit is make-believe. Now, Jim Jones, I just named about 6 to 7 incidents, big incidents that could have wrapped you up, that could have got you out the game, out the rap game. You know what I'm saying? One thing that Cam and Mason, them niggas got on Jim Jones is that them niggas stuck to being rappers. Them niggas kind of stuck to being entertainers. Jim Jones, he wanted to link all the hood niggas and be, you know, running around and all that and acting like a goonie and all that. And I'm not coming at him because I fuck with him. But at the end of the day, Jim, you gotta reevaluate yourself, Jim. You older than all these niggas, B. Just like me and you the same age, B. Listen, B, you lived this shit. You did this shit. You still doing this shit. Man, fall back, get your ones up, get to your bacon, get you some businesses going, get out the music game, get out the spotlight, get out the entertainment, stay off the corners, stop running with the gang niggas, stay away from niggas on the street. These niggas don't really got no love for you, and I'm not talking about your people around you. I don't know who you got around you. I'm just talking about period, B. You heard, you seen what 6ix9ine did to the Treyway. You seen what these niggas did to this nigga. You seen what this nigga did to that nigga. Come on, B. If you from Harlem, nigga, you seen everybody go down. You seen how niggas got snaked, how niggas got killed and everything, nigga. Come on, nigga. Wake up, nigga. If you a BX nigga, you gotta be official BX nigga. When you a official BX nigga, you can move around Bronx and Harlem like nothing. You heard? Like nothing. Let's get it, nigga.